Shalom, family. I am Jawanda Smith, RN Case Manager, and I would like to thank you for tuning in for another broadcast of Healthcare Talk Live here on the Black and Healthy Restoring Black America channel on YouTube and also broadcasting live on the Country Living in the City Facebook page. I'd like to welcome you and thank you for tuning in. Today, we will talk about a subject that affects millions of people across the country and globally. This chronic condition is a condition that I recently was told I'm predisposed to have. Of course, it runs in my family as it runs in many people's families. So I wanted to share some information from two studies that are significant to the Black and minority communities, and I just wanted to share that information. And I will also post this information so it will be available in the description below the video. So I will get started with this PowerPoint that I put together for you guys. And just bear with me while I share my screen. Okay, where did it disappear to? Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. Okay, I do apologize for my goofiness. And there we go. Well, let's put that on full screen and let's do slideshow. Start from the beginning. Alrighty. Race and diabetes. How race determines your risk. This is a question that they've done numerous studies on, and most likely the Black and minority communities are the ones that always suffer the most from these conditions. So let's explore what these studies found. The first study is a systematic review and meta-analysis of patient race, ethnicity, social economics, and quality for adult type 2 diabetes. The authors of this study, I won't read all their names, but there were very many doctors on this study, and they were going to explore several conditions, and I will go further into the study and let you see. Okay, I wasn't supposed to do that. Let's go back. Okay, the study design was a systematic review and meta-analysis of regression-based studies, including race, ethnicity, and income or education as explanatory variables. Meta-analysis was used to quantify differences in performance associated with patient race, ethnicity, and social economic characteristics. Oh boy, that was a mouthful. This systematic review was used to identify potential mechanisms of disparities. Well, let's go further into that. That's just talking about the data collection was collected by two co-authors, separately conducted abstract screening, study exclusions, data extraction, and scoring of retained studies. Estimates in retained studies were extracted and were applicable, were standardized and converted to odds and ratio standards. So basically, they put everything into a odds versus ratio standard to put that in more layman's terms for you. So, differences in diabetes performance appear to be related to access related factors such as non insurance or lacking a usual source of care, food insecurity, and trade offs at very low incomes and low adherence among younger and healthier diabetic patients. So, those were the principal findings in this study. So, why is it that uh, social economic status is a big factor in diabetes? Well, let's explore that further, dear. Well, another study talked about healthy food access in low income, high minority communities. And this was a longitudinal study assessment between 2009 and 2017. And those are the authors of this study. The abstract disparities in healthy food access are well documented in cross sectional studies in the communities across the United States. However, longitudinal studies examining changes in food environments within various neighborhoods contexts are scarce. In a sample of 142 census tracts in four low income, high minority cities in New Jersey, United States, we examined the availability of different food types of food stores by census tracts characteristics over time, 2009 to 2017. Classifications in this survey. Outlets were classified as supermarkets, small grocery stores, convenience stores, and pharmacies using multiple sources of data and rigorous protocol. Census tracts were categorized by median household income and race ethnicity of population each year. Census tracts were categorized by median household income and race ethnicity of population each year. Significant declines were observed in convenience store prevalence in lower and medium income and majority tract black tracts, um, while a slight increase was observed in the prevalence of supermarkets in the medium income tracts. While a slight increase was observed in the prevalence of, that, there we go. While a slight increase was observed in the prevalence of supermarkets in the medium income tracts. So that doesn't surprise me, people. But moving on, sorry about that glitch in the PowerPoint. The 9 year period between 2009 and 2017 was significant changes in the food environment in low income, high minority communities in New Jersey. Significant declines in the prevalence of convenience stores were observed in the lowest income and highest minority neighborhoods, most likely resulting from the decline incomes in these neighborhoods. A small but significant increase in the prevalence of supermarkets in middle income tracts may have been a result of the efforts to promote healthy food access in the communities under investigation. Their results: the decline in convenience stores in lower and minority um, communities is likely attributable to declining incomes in these already poor communities. Compared to non Hispanic neighborhoods, Hispanic communities had a higher prevalence of small grocery stores and convenience stores. This prevalence of smaller stores, coupled with shopping practices of Hispanic consumers, suggests that the efforts to upgrade smaller stores to the Hispanic communities may be more sustainable. Our results suggest that communities similar to those we studied that support initiatives to promote healthier inventory in small stores may wish to target Hispanic neighborhoods as they have a higher prevalence of convenience and small grocery stores, and the residents of the communities are more likely to shop at these establishments. Isn't that wonderful? So, enough said. I hope that the studies that I brought forth to you will help my Black people and other minorities see that we have the power to invest in our neighborhoods and create food access for ourselves. We can't continue eating unhealthy for the sake of convenience. Learn to grow food, invest in your neighborhoods, and pass on the knowledge to future generations. We have to learn how to help ourselves, people. And I'm showing you this video of these two in the field just working together and that beautiful corn that they're putting together. And I asked those, let me stop sharing this. I asked you to take into consideration why there's so much prevalence of diabetes in the lower income communities. One thing is we don't have access. It's hard to get access when you don't have transportation to get to the better neighborhoods to get the better organically grown foods. And you're stuck getting things out of convenience. And a lot of these things attribute to our diabetic situation and especially in the black community. A lot of us end up in our 40s and 50s being told we're diabetic, even though we've tried to eat healthy all our lives. So I do feel that it's the foods that we have access to. And even if we live in the upper medium income neighborhoods, there's still a lack of access of organic food. Organic food is the best food to eat. Things that are not made of non-GMO seeds, and there's many ways to get that food, but it's not accessible to those that can't afford it. So I do ask us to take into consideration just this short video that I put together for everyone, just to take into consideration our brothers and our Hispanic brothers and sisters who do have their own grocery stores, and they do that for a reason. And they they're open to the public, but it's hard to get a hold of the best food in those stores because of economic reasons and demographic reasons. We need to invest in agriculture. We need to learn how to grow. We need to teach our younger generations how to grow and how to actually invest in business of being a farmer. I thank you for tuning in and taking time to just listen to me babble for a little bit. But I do ask you to check out my the country living in the city page, and where I give organic gardening, container gardening tips each week on things that I'm doing right in my backyard. And I live in a suburb in the city, so I don't have a farm, but I am allowed to have chickens, which I will have chickens, and I'm going to have a garden. And I also would like you to check out my website, countrylivinginthecity.com. And if you want to check out some herbal products, beauty products, go to the Black and Healthy store that's located on the website. I thank you again for tuning in for Healthcare Talk Live, Restoring Black America, and just listening to me babble a little bit about how race plays its part in diabetes. So, if you have any questions, please post them in the comment section, and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as possible. As always, my people, my family, I love you. Take care of your mind, body, and spirit, and take care of each other. Until next time, shalom.